Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and I'm just going to go in and close out my November budget on my spreadsheet. So, if this is something that you're interested in seeing, stay tuned. So, okay, you guys, I was contemplating whether or not I should put this out there, but for the sake of consistency and to satisfy how my brain works, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the budget on the spreadsheet. So if you guys have seen my YNAB videos, if you haven't, I'll link them in the cards. November was a tough month. It didn't work out so well financially, but I was able to, pay my bills. I'm not behind on any bills. It's just that a lot of my bills are being paid via credit card. So let's take a look at the numbers. So I did mention I do have a little mantra that I use to go through to follow me through that I use to carry me through the months. And for the month of November was every dollar counts. So no matter how small it was, I counted it. So let's go down. So I had budgeted a rollover of $500 and I brought in less. I started the month with $443.04. Okay, so for my paychecks, and this may be a little redundant if you've watched some of my videos, but like I've mentioned when I closed out October, I do like to see it both ways. I like to see it in YNAB and I like to see it on the spreadsheet. So for my paychecks, I brought in $4,714.64. SSI, I brought in the regular $1,300.10. Hubby transferred in $1,960. I had some cash back and rewards for $27.37, and there was some miscellaneous income, which is interest, of 13 cents in the month of November, and that was a total of $8,445.28. So, based on what I had budgeted, I am under, I brought in less of $259.70. Okay, let's talk about the fixed expenses. So my rent was on budget for $2,500. I didn't have anything budgeted in the electric section because, like I've mentioned before, I had overpaid. And what I have done since then, I noticed that I was using less energy than they were billing me. When they did my recalculations for the 12-month average, it's coming in way more than what I'm using. So because money is tight right now, instead of dishing out $157, which is what my monthly budget billing is going to be, I can save maybe $50 because I looked at my bill for the month of November and it was only $89. So why am I pushing out $157 right now when I can't really afford to? So I'm gonna have to plan for the summer months when, we're running the ACs in the house and the electric's gonna go back up. But for right now, I could use the extra money in other places. Heating oil and propane, I didn't budget anything, but I did pay out $423.22 to heating oil and $180.01 to propane. Apps and subscriptions came in under budget for $97.67. I had budgeted $124.98. My renter's insurance was on budget, $43.75. Internet was only 14 cents over budget for $114.14. My cell phone was for $283.71, and that also came in over budget. So my total fixed expenses, $3,642.50, and that came in over by $606.83. Now, in the debt payment section, I didn't pay anything to the ECSI. I did put extra towards my one main financial of $36.95. So that's almost $100 more than my minimum payment. So that's kind of good. And my minimum payment is $537.16. Now, my lending club came in on budget for $1,059.22, and that's a total debt payment of $1,695.77. In the credit card section, I only had three cards to pay on, which is my Discover, my Mattress Firm, and my Capital One number one. So 173 to Discover, which was under budget by $3. $67 is the minimum payment for Mattress Firm, and $285 was the minimum payment to my Capital One number one card. I had budgeted $230. So that's a total of $525, and it came in under budget for $216.38. Now, the transportation section, I only paid about a half of my car loan for $447.61. My car insurance was over by $3.84. I paid $243.84. Gas, I budgeted $100 and I came in over budget. I spent $111.02. And there was some miscellaneous items for maintenance and repairs of $11.93. That's a total of $814.40 in the transportation section. In the personal section, I spent $50 personal spending, $50.10 in the personal spending section. Budget supplies, I spent $24.32. And for clothes and shoes, $73.56. And I had nothing budgeted in the personal section. So I was over budget completely overall because I had nothing budgeted for $147.98. The variable section, I spent $512.61 in groceries, which was under budget because I had budgeted $700. Household goods was $283.97. That was over budget. Copay, I budgeted none. I budgeted $25. I spent zero. Meds, I budgeted zero, but I spent $5. Eating out, other and miscellaneous, I had nothing. Eating out, I budgeted $50, but I went overboard for $177.14. For total variable spending for $978.72. So this category got a little bit out of hand. Credit card interest, I'm not going to put it in here because I actually didn't pay the interest this month. Okay, in the kids section, the babysitter came in over budget for $910. I sent $526 to my daughter for child support, and clothes and shoes, I ended up spending $315. Haircuts was for $35 for a total of $1,786 even, and that came in over budget. In the savings and sinking funds, I didn't do too bad this time. I sent $60 to my emergency fund. All things kids, I then sent $35, and the personal fund got $30. That's a total of $125 even for the saving and sinking fund section. And I wasn't budgeting anything, but I told myself I had to send a little bit somewhere. Okay, so total budgeted expenses was $8,958.66, but I ended up spending $9,715.37, and that is over of $756.91. So now down here in the summary section, I ended up bringing in less than I budgeted for $8,445.28. And like I said, the total expenses was $9,715.37. So I was over my budgeted or over my income. I spent $1,270.09. So like I said, if you've seen my videos that I put out for YNAB for the wrap up or reset, the monthly reset for November, you saw that everything was a little bit crazy because that $1,270 and 9 cents was spent on credit cards. So, it doesn't look as bad when I put it on a spreadsheet. It is bad, but it doesn't look as bad. It doesn't stress me out as much as when I had looked into YNAB, because that was a tough video to film. It was even harder to edit, and it took a lot out of me to upload it. But I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm working on it. I'm working on my finances. I know it looks really rough right now, and it looks like we're doing terrible, which we're trying to stay afloat, but it will get better. So my name is Melissa, and this is Budget Not Over 40. Thank you for watching.